Hi everybody, it's me Jessica, your health fitness program manager from McLean, and I'm looking forward to today's HIIT circuit. We've got an 8-move circuit. I wrote down what we're going to be doing for rounds 1, rounds 2, and for the last couple of moves I also already made some suggestions of how we're going to meld them together into round 3. But for the first couple of moves, you are welcome to take round 3 however you want. We're going to start off in just a couple minutes with a nice little warm-up. Then we're going to get into it, and maybe we'll even decrease the length of time that we work in our very last circuit just so you can finish feeling your most amazing. Yeah, we're going to do that. Finish feeling your most amazing, and that way you can push hard at the very end. And you'll already know what all the moves are, so your muscle memory is going to help you to just crank it out. Get some water. We'll definitely have some water breaks. Encourage you to even grab a little sipski right now before we start. And if you can put on some music, definitely put on some music. We're going to have fun in 2 minutes. Oh, that's where that is. Sorry, fly. Oh, yeah. It's that magical time. Thanks for coming. Such a silly pre-class moment. You know how I like to encourage you to take deep breaths by making your space smell really nice. Well, I was trying to do that, and my incense knocked over, and thank God I was there. You know what I'm saying? Reminder to make sure you're in the room when you have anything burning. Ba-da-bum, the more you know. Oh, hold on, let me turn the volume off on my computer. Yay, let's do this, y'all. Getting started with our usual warm-up, so find some lateral side-to-side step taps. Hello, it's me, Jessica, your health fitness program manager from McLean. Getting some shoulder rolls in here. Wow, that upper body is feeling tight and tired. We're going to work it today. We're going to work the lower body too. Change direction of those shoulder circles. Going to get a nice total body workout, starting off on the easier end of the spectrum and then building. Let's go ahead, plant those feet, make those shoulder circles a little bit bigger. Try to keep that chest squared forward so you're not opening to the back each time that arm goes around. You're finding the largest range of motion through the shoulder as you can. Change directions. Find that draw in through that lower belly and change arms. Yay, whichever direction you would like to start with. If you've been sitting at the computer for a while today, welcome to the party, me too. So this feels really nice to just get moving. Let's go ahead and inhale both arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Get a little bow and arrow motion. So draw one arm and elbow down and then back up towards the ceiling, and then the opposite elbow comes down, drawing that shoulder down with it, starting to squeeze that shoulder blade in, finding some engagement through your back. And you can rotate here. Let's get 2 more to each side. Awesome. Inhale those arms up one more time. Exhale, relax your arms down by your side. Go ahead, draw a knee in. Draw that knee all the way to your chest. Press through your standing leg heel, squeeze your glute, push that hip forward, and then release that leg down. Opposite side. If you want, you can even give yourself a little bit of a back bend right here, challenging your balance. Nice. We're going to do 3 more of these on each side. Obviously, 3. 2. Hopefully starting to feel a little bit warmer. Maybe you're getting a little bit more range of motion here in this little back bend. Final one. Yay! Awesome. Go ahead, spread those legs nice and wide. Inhale your arms up overhead. Bring those arms in line parallel. Let's come down halfway and just tap the opposite toe. If you want, you can even get, a little lunge action starting to happen here. Shifting those hips from side to side. Warming up those inner outer thighs just a little bit. Warm up the midline of the body, finding an extra reach to the ceiling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand up, march in place. Just march it out. Just going to get those heart rates going just a little bit. We'll take about 30 seconds here with the march. Then we'll do 30 seconds of jumping jacks. And then some fake jumping rope. If you want to, you can move forward and backwards. I know I prefer to move forwards and backwards when I'm marching. I think I look like a weirdo anyway. But I'm a weirdo who's getting that heart rate up. If you want to march wide and then narrow, go for it. Have some fun. Be silly with your moves. I know that's what keeps me coming back to working out. It's just getting weird, y'all. All right, jumping jacks in 3, 2, 1. Jack it out. Now, you know I can't jack it out on the 2nd floor of the apartment here. Returning to work seems kind of scary, y'all. We're looking at bringing that hybrid model back in. Coming sometime next month. You can always sign up to use the fitness center. It is still open Monday through Friday, 4 a.m. to 6 p.m. We're ready to jump some rope. Jump your imaginary rope. You can always shift your weight from foot to foot. Keep those elbows sort of close by your side. Find a little rotation through those wrists. And feel free to get creative with your jump rope style. Maybe going a little bit more side to side. 10 more seconds right here. And then we're gonna hit the floor. We're gonna come right into our first move of the day. We got push-ups on the knees. So go ahead and make your way down to your mat. Fred, thank you for throwing some peanuts on my mat. I'll be sure to sweep those up later. Okay. All right, y'all, come on down. Push-ups on the knees. If you can do push-ups on your toes, please don't let me stop you. That's going to be our round 1 move. If you can't do your push-ups on your knees, remember you can always come here into tabletop and just work to bring that chest down in line with your shoulders, just to make sure that you're not on your knees and allowing that belly to come down and you're not actually engaging through the core. I want you to try and get in at least 25 push-ups in this 1 minute. Can you do it? Let's find out in 3, 2, 1. Begin. Now begin. Awesome. Hands, palms under shoulders. Encourage yourself to go all the way down and then all the way up. So I'd rather you come onto your knees and get this full range of motion than to be on your toes and find yourself just barely being able to press into your hands, palms, and engage. Do you like how I got on my knees to even tell you that? So make sure that you're moving with intention. If getting 25 plus push-ups in a minute means that you're sacrificing your form, I want you to slow it down and just keep that form good. We're gonna take a nice 15-second break in just 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come onto your feet. Next up, we're gonna do alternating side leg lunges, and you have the option to bring in an overhead press. But if balance isn't a challenge, don't do that. All right, get ready. We start in 3, 2, begin. So find that side leg lunge, weight in your heels, glutes behind you, and then at the center, get that overhead press in if you would like to. You can do this move completely without weights. Try to get 20 times to each side. Now the heavier the weights are, if you added weights, it's gonna take an extra second to find that press up in the center. So maybe you don't quite get to 20, maybe you get 18. Continue to make sure that as you plant your feet, whole foot is planted down, outer edge as well. Weight is in your heels and your glutes are going to the back of the room, so your knees are not going past your toes. Yes, we made it. Coming up next is our half burpee, our squat thruster. So come on down to your mat. If you can't get the squat thruster, just step one foot up and step it back down. Begin. Otherwise, you're going to step or jump both feet up and bring those glutes low, and then bring them back. If you can find that little jump, even if you take a little bit of a jump, it's just a little froggy jump, and you didn't get all the way to the top, but then you can jump back. Keep that going, get that heart rate going. Dear goodness, please don't make me tuck this tank top in. We're more than halfway. So especially if you're moving a little bit slower like me, if you can't get that jump in, really focus on getting this deep squat. To take a moment to drop that booty down, since we're not working on that continuous speed. Take a break. I mean, we are working on a continuous speed. It's just not quite as fast. All right, next up we got leg lifts. If you can't do a full leg lift, you can always have your knees bent and do some toe taps down to the floor. If you need to, tuck your thumbs under your bum and begin. So either toe taps down towards the floor, find the challenge by not bringing your knees all the way in towards your chest, or straight as you can with those legs, lowering them down to the floor without compensating of bringing that lower back off of the mat. So your leg lift might just be to a 45-degree angle, right? Is that 45 degrees? Yeah. Or you might be bringing it all the way down towards the floor, and the more that you bring your arms out towards the sides, the less that you're pressing your hands, palms, or upper arms into the floor, the more challenging your leg lift gets to be. Yay. I turned off the air conditioning for you all. It's getting hot in here. So hot. Oy vey. Yes, all right, coming up next, we get to stay on the floor. We got a glute bridge. Set yourself up such that as you lift, your knees are on top of your heels and begin. So inhale up, exhale down. Since we're coming up and down, really focus on this big squeeze of your glutes to find that drive of your hip. They're too far away for me to reach, but you could always hold some weights right here at your hips to make this more challenging. If this is too easy for you, yes, keep going. If you need to press those arms and the outer edges of the shoulders into the floor to find some stability, go for it. Make sure you're controlling to lift on the way up and also as you release on the way down. So not slamming down to the ground. In fact, just as that glute's about to touch, you drive it back up to the ceiling. over rows. Bent over row into a kickback. I need a lighter weight, y'all. This is gonna be too light, but I got it. All right, so you can also be on your knees. We're gonna row, kick back, in and down. So keeping that row nice and low. The head of the dumbbell, if you're using dumbbells, is just about dragging across the top of that thigh. And then find that extra little reach through your pinky finger towards the ceiling. Keep your core engaged. Keep your shoulders released from those ears. The back is working. Back and triceps. 20 seconds left. Now the more that you hinge forward, the more challenging it's going to be as well. Just to keep some good form. Oof. And that's especially going to be true in our round 2 when we turn this into a fly. The more you hinge forward, the more challenging. Take a break, your fly is going to be. All right, staying down here on the floor. You can pick whichever leg you would like to start with. We're going to go for a heel to sky raise. We got 1 minute to just burn that glute out, to squeeze and lift and tap back down. Begin. So I want you to make sure that you're not sinking into your shoulders here. You got some good form with your upper body with those palms underneath of your chest. Fingers are pointed forward. You know what, honestly, if you needed to point your fingers to the side, that's okay. But as you lift that glute, while you're using your breath, you're not kicking that glute up without control. You're finding the action by squeezing your glute, not necessarily kicking that heel up towards the ceiling. Even though we're calling it a heel to sky raise, it is a glute squeeze to draw that leg up. 10 seconds left. And then we're going to do the other side. 5, 4, 3, 2, take a break. Get those 15 seconds to yourself. Shake it out. Ooh, find the stretch that feels good for you. You got 5 seconds to set yourself up for the opposite side. Extend that leg out. Press into your hands, palms, belly tight. Begin. If you don't want to be up here on your hands, palms, you can also come down on your forearms. Then elbows would be underneath of your chest, shoulders. And you're still making sure that you're lifting, finding that squeeze with your glute, not just using the drive of tapping down and then pressing off the floor. In fact, maybe you don't quite touch the floor and then you squeeze and lift again. Come on, y'all, finish strong right here. Trying to get at least 25 on each side if you can. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Take a break. I'm going to send my hips back towards my heels. Oh my gosh. My glutes noticed that. Let us take a full minute to ourselves, and then you'll still get some relaxing time. I want to show you what our twisting lunge looks like. I want to give you a little preview of the more confusing move that's coming up in round 2. And if you don't want to go with the more confusing or slightly more challenging move, you can do the same thing we just did in round 1. All right, so shake it out, kick it out. Oh. 2 more rounds to go, y'all. So again, this is just a nice, gentle, total body workout. I know it might not feel that gentle, but you can adapt these exercises to any level, to however you're feeling that day, and still really do some amazing work. It's all about that consistency. It's key. So just keep coming back, keep checking the schedule. Starting next month, we are going to have some changes to our group exercise schedule, but we'll still be streaming live classes every day. So we hope that you will join us and enjoy them. All right, let me show you that instead of just doing our alternating side leg lunge, we're gonna do an alternating side leg lunge. So we're gonna lunge, then we're going to twist. So I rotated through the back leg to face in the opposite direction, and then I can do a regular lunge, turn back, and step together. So we'll step out, get that side lunge, lift up, press up onto your toes to face the opposite wall, drop that back knee down towards the floor for a regular lunge, turn it back in, and step it together. Isn't that great? I made that up myself today. Yes. All right, so let's come on down to the floor, and we're gonna get started with our push-ups. Still totally option to be on our knees, but I'm gonna challenge you to add in a rotation. So you might not be able to get 25 push-ups in this time if you're taking the extra time to really rotate open to the side. And maybe you come into a plank when you get your rotation in and just challenge yourself in that awesome movement. All right, let's do it, y'all. That was a delightful break. We start in 3, 2, 1. Begin. Push up on your knees and add that rotation. So push up and then open nice and wide. So I am asking you to count how many you're doing so you can be challenging yourself to see a change in your body. Maybe you come back to this workout later and you remember, oh my gosh, last time I did this, I was only able to get in X. And this time, I got in Z. I'm amazing. Keep it up, y'all. 15 seconds of work left to go. This is our last super long round of the day. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Stand up. We're going to take that alternating side leg lunge and turn it into a twisting lunge. If you want to hold some weights, hold some weights. I did not think through adding in an overhead press here. All right, so we got our side leg lunge, stand up, twist, regular lunge, turn in, go for that overhead press, and then opposite side, side leg lunge, twist, regular lunge, overhead press, yeah. Make it as smooth of a motion as you can. So challenging that balance just a little bit as you press up onto your toes helps the more that you keep that core engaged and find focus with your eyes. I'm going to add in an extra side leg lunge. That feels better to me. Instead of just stepping right up, coming out the same way we went in. Awesome. Take a break. We get to come on down to the floor. I encourage you to change it up this time. Instead of doing that half burpee, can you do a plank jack? Begin. If you cannot stay on your toes, you can always tap one knee out to the opposite side, or come into this checkpoint and work to challenge your shoulders. And even if you're doing your plank jack, you can still add in a little shoulder tap just to mix it up a little bit. Sorry, neighbor. I am tired, y'all. I did not energize myself very well before this class. But lunch is ready to be turned on and cooked in the toaster. I'm excited. 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1. You're awesome. All right, we're gonna challenge that glute bridge a little bit more by adding a knee drive, by putting some balance in the party. So you might find you need those arms down on the floor. Can you stay up and just alternately drive your knee towards your nose? And then when your foot comes back down towards the floor, you press through those glutes and you come back into that nice high hips glute bridge. If you want, you can even extend your leg. Just taking a little bit more time in the balance, creating a little bit less stability here. Also bringing a little love to those hamstrings. Oh, air conditioning. I cannot wait to turn you back on. Keep going, keep going. We're so close, y'all. Ah, you made it. Lower yourself down. Next up, we've got that fly. So you can stand up if you want to, or you can stay on your knees for this one with a somewhat of a forward hinge. We're just gonna squeeze those shoulder blades together and then bring our hands, palms back together, knuckles facing each other. We started. And you can do this without weights and just focus on the squeeze of that upper body back and the contraction of the core. You're still gonna make a difference. It's gonna help with your posture as well to strengthen that back. So depending on how heavy your weights are really gonna challenge your speed right here. That's why I didn't tell you how many of these you should get in, but I do still encourage you to count how many reps you're getting so you can really measure your progress. 5 seconds left. 2, 1. Yes, come on back down towards the floor. Come into a tabletop. This time we're going for a fire hydrant. Fire hydrant. So whichever leg you choose to start with, just lift and lower. Work to get that inner thigh parallel to the floor. So really find that extra squeeze. Don't just stop halfway as you start to feel the lower part of the glute activate. Work to find that squeeze or pinch in the side booty as well. And do your best to not big time lean towards the opposite side that you're lifting to. That made sense, right? I think that made sense. See if you can keep your heel in line with that lifted knee to really keep it as a fire hydrant and not like a clamshell on your knees. It's gonna be a little more challenging. Awesome. I'm gonna take a moment off my amazing wrists, and then we're gonna get the other side, same movement. 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. So really take that focus from the beginning. Notice as you lifted that leg. Hey, did you shift over into the opposite hand palm? And if so, work to make the weight even. In fact, maybe you even lift that opposite hand palm off of the floor. It's going to cause you to fire up your abs a little bit more to stabilize. I can't quite turn and look at the camera and make all of that happen. And then bring the attention to this leg that's lifting and lowering, and make sure, or do your best not to keep that heel in towards the glute, but to keep your leg or knee at a 90-degree angle as you lift it up. Ooh, just gonna shake out that stabilizing leg for a hot second. Keep that eye gaze down on the floor. 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hiya. Let's take a break, shall we? I think we shall. Let's see. How about we drop our interval time? Wait, what did I miss? Did we do the flies? Did I forget to do them? I think I did. All right, I'll do them now. Wait, did we do them? Oh, the V-ups. That's what we missed. Okay, get down on the floor. Extend those legs. Crunch up into boat pose and then extend back down. If you need to, you can always do one at a time of drawing that knee in towards your chest and sitting up. Challenge yourself to see if you can get both legs up and tap towards your heels, and then carefully lower both legs down. Or maybe you do a little combo of each. Yay! Okay, that's all the actual moves. Great. Now let's take a break. We'll take a nice long break and then we'll work a 40-second interval. We'll still get 15 seconds of rest. Grab some water. Find any stretches that feel good for your body. That was pretty funny. I'm so glad I quickly figured out which move we were missing. Jessica. Oh, Jessica, you're so silly. Do 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 do. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so helpful sometimes. I'm like the best at networking for other people. It feels good. I wish I was as amazing at networking for myself, but it feels good to be great at networking for other people, everyone. How are we changing things up this time around? We got 2 different moves that are going to be brought together. It's going to be at the very end. So for our fly, we're going to do a fly into a row tricep extension fly. So bringing that all together is my suggestion. If you cannot or just do not want to do that, do any part of that you did enjoy. And then while we're down here on the floor, we're going to combine our fire hydrant into a press out. So fire hydrant, squeeze through your heel, and then bring it back in. And otherwise, you know what we're doing. You can do what works for you. Let's go ahead and begin round 3 so that we have plenty of time to cool down together. It starts in 3. Oh yeah, it's on the floor. It's either push-ups or push-ups with rotation. 2, 1, begin. What's the harder one for you? The harder move for me is to keep doing this push-up. So I'm going to challenge myself to just keep going, to do a couple more than I really want to, but that I know that I can. We're halfway. Ugh. 10 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Yes. All right, now we've got either that alternating side leg lunge, or you can do the alternating lunge and turn it into a regular lunge. Gonna bring my weights. Ready? Cool. Begin. So find that side lunge, then twist if you want to regular lunge, back to side lunge, and an overhead press by ankle block. I know you hate some of the workouts that we do in here. Such a hater, you know? You'd really think my best friend would be way more supportive of me exercising. But at night he cries. He cries when I'm doing it for myself. So you guys are lucky. He's at least supportive of us working out together. Are you still keeping the weight in the heel? Well, good. You can stop now. We're coming down to the floor for our half burpees. Maybe you do a half burpee and a plank jack. 3, 2, begin. I tell you what, things are starting to get a little sweaty here on my mat. Halfway. Like one round of mild jumping is unlikely to upset the man downstairs, right? 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, you made it. We got either those leg lifts or those V-ups. Why? You can combine these too by keeping your upper body down for an extra second, getting that leg lift, and then as those feet come down, begin getting that V-up. Maybe you even give yourself a reverse, why can't a reverse crunch? But if you're getting the reverse crunch, make sure you're not swinging your legs, that you find the lift from the squeeze. Just an option. Or you can keep doing those leg lifts. Or you can do a single leg. I just want you to keep moving. Keep moving. 2 seconds left. Yes. All right, now we've got the glute bridge option with the knee drive. I'm going to challenge myself to do the glute bridge this time, but to hit the hamstrings. So walking the feet further away from the center line, pressing the heels into the floor. Just going to lift and lower from here. Because we didn't really do too much super hamstring focused work today. So we can bring them to the party. So still, just as those glutes are about to touch down, can you press yourself right back up? Barely touching the floor, so there's a little more constant tension. Because remember, this is our shortest round. You got 5 seconds left. 3, 2, yes. Next up, we have our bent over row with the tricep kickback and a fly. I'm going to start with that fly. So my feet are hips width distance apart. Oh my gosh, here we go. Fly, row, extend, down, fly. Keep those arms nice and wide out to the side. You can take a slight bend in your elbows on that fly. Your heavier weight will probably dictate it. But work to squeeze those shoulder blades towards each other. Y'all, we got one more move, both sides to go. Awesome. Hit the floor, whichever side you like. We're going to start with that fire hydrant, extend, in, down. Begin. So hydrant, extend, bring it in and down. Can you, even as you bring it in, work to bring that elbow a little closer to your knee. So maybe elbow to knee and then extend back in, down. So a little up action, out, in, down. And now you can challenge that balance. Oops. a little too close to the couch, by lifting up that opposite hand. Oh, oh my gosh. Wow. Especially if you're still working to keep that leg at a 90-degree angle and not tuck that heel in. That was not easy, you guys. Let's start off simple here again, though. So we're gonna lift that leg up, bring it in, then extend out, bring it into the hydrant, and down. Bring it in, up, out, in, down. Up, in, out. Whew. Feeling that in the side of the body. All right, want to bring that balance party to the game. Lift up the opposite hand of the leg that's moving. Same side as your stabilizing leg. You're so close. Oh. For a minute I thought I forgot the leg lifts again. But I didn't. All right, you get 2 minutes to yourself. Drink some water, walk around, shake it off, put your weights away. We're done with those for today. And we'll come back together to stretch it out. Oh, good. I hope that you guys enjoyed the strength portion of today's workout. I know that I did. Feeling cool for the summer now. Ready for this Memorial Day weekend. You know, Fred, why are you being so mean? Are you jealous that you did not get to work out with us? You could have followed along at any point. All right, well, 1 more minute to yourself. Make sure that you do get that sip of water. And continue to hydrate throughout the day and the rest of the weekend. Especially if you find yourself drinking something other than water. All right, so slowing those heart rates down naturally. I don't know about you guys, but I definitely started to feel that in the side of the body. So let's do a little banging of the drum here while we're still standing. Just swing your arms gently side to side like you're one of those cool toys that us older people had. And it had the drum in the center and the string with the beads, and the faster that you spun it, the more that the beads swing. But we don't have to swing super fast. We're just finding a nice stretch through the body. All right, come to a stop at the center. Bring those feet to hips width distance apart. The narrow part of your hips, not the outer part that contains your glutes. And let's inhale our arms up overhead. You could either rain your fingers down forward or swan dive down towards the floor. If you cannot reach the floor, that's totally okay. You can grab hold of your elbows and take a generous bend of your knees to relax your belly on your thighs, starting with the weight in your heels. Feel free to even squat down a little bit to be in a squat. And then to find a little bit more engagement on the back of the legs, start to bring the weight forward towards your toes. Allow your head and hairline to relax down towards the floor. See if you can actually still engage your shoulders, to release your shoulders from your ears. And that'll allow you to create a little bit more length towards the floor. Relax your hands down, even if you need to bring them far forward of your head. And then either heel, toe, or gently step your feet out nice and wide, even wider than mat's width distance apart. Turn your heels in towards the mat and turn your toes out. Keep your hands on the floor to help you find a supported squat down towards the floor. Yay! It's okay if your heels don't touch down towards the floor. Keep your left hand down on the floor. Stretch your right arm up towards the ceiling. Maybe you can get your right heel towards the floor and your left heel lifts up. And let's change and do the same thing to the opposite side. One more time each side. And then let's try and create a big squat within the center. So see if you can work to get those heels towards the floor. You can stretch your hands forward for a little counterbalance. Maybe you even drive your elbows in towards your knees. Find some length through your spine. Awesome. Relax your hands down to the floor. Bring your knees down to the floor. Go ahead, cross your legs. Sit yourself back so we find ourselves in hopefully a comfortable seated position. If this isn't comfortable for you, find something that is. Open those arms nice and wide. Stack your shoulders over your hips. Relax your hands down towards the floor behind you. Interlace your hands, palms, and stretch those knuckles down towards the floor. Take a deep inhale, bring those arms up overhead. Bring those hands, palms back together. Turn your open knuckles up towards the ceiling. Relax your shoulders from your ears. Ground through your sit bones and stretch over to one side. Make sure you're not collapsing over to that side. So you're really reaching up like you're trying to press your open hand palms up on your ceiling. Inhale back up through center. Exhale. Press towards the opposite side. Take one more big breath here. Inhale and exhale. And on your next inhale, come up through center. We're going to separate our hands. Find a little spine twist as you turn to one side. Bring your back hand close by the base of your spine. You can use the outer edge of your opposite arm to press close to your knee by your shin and help you rotate through those shoulders. Relax them down. Find length through the crown of your head. Draw that belly in for that abdominal contraction. And look over your shoulder with that exhale. On your inhale, bring your arms back up overhead. And on your exhale, twist towards the opposite side. Take a couple moments within this breath to actively relax those shoulders down away from your ears. Inhale to find length through the crown of your head and contraction of the core. And exhale to turn and twist. Look over your shoulder the best that you can on this side of the body today. On your next inhale, come back up through center. Reach those arms up overhead and exhale. Rain your hands down in front of you. You can press into your hands palm to stay active, to keep those glutes on the floor. If your back's feeling good, you can always walk yourself out a little bit further. As long as you found some length to begin with, take a big inhale, and on your exhale, feel free to round down, create a little extra separation through those shoulder blades. Walk it a little over towards the left side to draw the stretch down through the left side of the body into your glute. Walk the stretch over to the right side. Walk it into center. Pull yourself forward. Come on up into tabletop. Tuck your toes under. Send your hips towards the ceiling. Walk your hands to your feet or your feet to your hands. Take one last moment in this dangle. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. Feel free to take a generous bend of your knees to support yourself as you slowly rise. Inhale, arms up overhead. Find the stretch of the belly and exhale. Relax your arms down by your side. Awesome, y'all. Thank you so much for coming to class today. That's all we got. If you have any questions or concerns, please reach out. I will see you all next Tuesday. But I hope you enjoy the great previously recorded videos that we have coming up for you tomorrow and Monday. Have a wonderful day. See you soon. Happy long weekend.